Very good evening, everybody, and welcome to the bass rehearsal in week 3 of this wonderful Mozart Requiem course. I hope you're all having a good day, everybody, and, well, whatever time of day it is, I hope the weather's quite nice where you are. Where I am, it's not so nice. We had a nice start to today, glorious sunshine, and the clouds have rolled in and we've had a bit of a hailstorm here, so we're being well laved. And I hope you have, as I say, have had a good day. I see we've got lots of lovely people here who I should say hello to in just a moment, but let me just check my sound levels. It's not so nice. We had a nice start. Good, that sounds all right. I'll just check the piano as well. And a very good evening to Mark, who I see is already here. Hello, sir. Just let me know, please, in the usual manner, how it's sounding, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you. Okay, sounds moderately okay to me. You might make it a little bit louder. Let's just check the recording. Excellent.
Domine Jesu Christe, Rex Gloria, Rex Gloria.
And the one you've all come for, which is this one.
Confutatis, maledictis, la misa.
That's the one that all the basses have been waiting for. Frankly, I've been waiting for it as well. Fabulous. Okay, so let me know how that's sounding, Mark. And in the meantime, I shall say later on, I'm going to scroll to the top of the comments. And it was Judith who was here first. I could have predicted it, Judith, but it's so wonderful to see you. And I hope you've had a lovely day today. Errant Soprano, absolutely. Hello to Dave. And hello to Barry. You folks have had a nice chat there. So Barry used to be the captain of the Isle of Wight ferry. Fantastic. You said you've been keeping yourself warm on the rowing machine. I presume you weren't you weren't the captain and the engine in that case. But no, brilliant job, Barry. Well done. And I'm glad everyone's having a nice time. Hello to Diane and George. Very good evening to you. Hello to Michael. Just back from having his COVID vaccine and raring to go. Marvellous. Well done, Michael. Excellent. I presume that's one of two. Well, let's all look forward to getting the jab. I've been told by the calculator that I went to that I can expect my first dose sometime in August. So, yeah, there's that. That's great news, Michael. Excellent. Hello to Michael Howarth as well. Fabulous. People talking about flooding. I do hope everyone's all right and taking all the necessary precautions. Gosh, it's a tricky time, isn't it? Hello to Suzanne. Bonjour. Lovely to see you. And yes, you're very welcome. Everyone is welcome. Doesn't matter if you're soprano, alto, tenor, bass. We love to see you at rehearsals. It's all good. Barry said he's having trouble getting the ABBA songs out of his head. Yes, I don't blame you. They're very catchy. And yes, I will be popping up to just do a bit of note bashing in the next couple of weeks. And so, yeah, I did like the title of the video next week. It's ABBA Rehearsal with Ben England, brackets Super Trooper. I like that. I'll take that label. We're looking forward to seeing everybody. I also like the label that Mark's come up for everybody with Aberdonians. So somebody from Aberdeen is an Aberdeenian, and someone who sings ABBA is an Aberdonian. Reminds me of my very brief Latin studies where I learned about Euripides. And I like the idea of Euripides and Euripides. Anyway, you can tell it's Friday evening. Hello to everyone. Who else is here? Hello to Albert. Good to see you again, sir. Hello to Peter. And great to have everybody here. Hello, Lisa. And who else is here? Gosh, I was just jumped. Fabulous. Hello to Richard. As Mark shouts at the top of his voice, Confutatis! That's about the right dynamic level for that movement, actually, Mark. I think just everything in all caps are Confutatis for certainly the first 2 pages. Hello to Rob. A good evening to you, sir. And Christopher. And Graham. Straight tenor, because I can't get enough of Wolfie. Absolutely. Well, who can? I don't think there is such a thing as too much Mozart. Despite the famous quote, too many notes, Mr. Mozart. Oh, my goodness me. Fabulous. Hello to Andrew. Looking forward to sobbing through the singing. Oh, bless you. No, there's sobbing to be done, but I think actually the bass parts for these 3 movements, we're not so much sobbing as holding the tissues for everybody else. Okay, just soothing everybody else. We tend to be sort of along the bass. Well, as you'd imagine, the bass line, nice and low, and just providing that support. Having said that, there's a couple of nice big emotional moments that we can enjoy. All right, so just have the tissues at the ready, and it's really good to see you, Andrew. Fabulous. Who else is here? Hello, Fred. Hi. Great to see you. Hello to Edward. He's just had an enjoyable walk in the sunshine. Wow, you can't live anywhere near me, Edward. It's been grisly the last couple of hours. So I'm glad you've had a nice walk. Excellent to see you. Hello to Ian. Good evening. Marvellous. Oh, Dave's been recording Verdi this evening. That's why you're tired. No, fair enough. Fair enough. Ian Wilkinson says, no sobbing, boys. Well, I don't mind a bit of sobbing, all right? Just as long as we get some singing done as well. Sing through the tears, gents. As I've said to everybody this week, we'll all hold hands and get through it. Socially distanced, of course. Hello to Nor, bass people. I like that. This is brilliant. Happy bass people. Hello, tissue loaded. I love it. Let's load up our tissues, gents. Fantastic. Oh, don't worry about it, Edward. There's plenty of people here who communicate through the medium of capital letters. And no, it's absolutely fine. Hello to Dave. Hello to Joe. Looking forward to another great hour of singing. Honestly, the music for tonight, I keep saying it every week, it gets better and better. But oh my goodness, this is the highlight for the basses. These three movements, absolutely amazing. Great stuff. Insa's signed up for the Welsh Mail course. Splendid. Well, that's the thing. There is, if you haven't seen, it's a great opportunity for basses and tenors in particular to go and sing with a proper, listen to me, proper Welsh male voice choir. And you haven't experienced male voice singing until you've sung with a Welsh male voice choir. You really haven't. When I visited the USA in, I'm about to say last year, 2019, we went to Boston. I've said this before. We went and sang with a fantastic group called the Sangerfest Male Voice Chorus in Boston, and they were wonderful, really warm, gregarious, very friendly choir, and they sang in Welsh. We couldn't believe it. Us lads rocking up from Bath and Bristol, and there are these fantastic American chaps all singing in Welsh. And it turns out the Welsh male voice tradition is global. So do take advantage of it if you can, folks. It's a really good course. Hello to Thomas. Good evening. Hello from Sweden. Hello to Sweden. It's great to see you, Thomas. Hello to Christine. Lovely to see you as well. A very good evening. Hello to David and to Andrew. Been watching a beautiful kingfisher today. Oh, splendid. Was it a pint or a half pint? No, I'm kidding. Hello to Jane from Westbury. It's great to see you. No, it's all right. Shh, we didn't see you. Sneaking in the back there. Hello to Morrigan Fiona. Splendid. Hello to Stephen. A much nicer day in Middlesbrough. I'm glad to hear that, Stephen. It's been a much nicer day here in Bristol, at least up until about an hour or two ago. Around the time my children decided to actually go outside, and then it started raining. So, yeah, it's been nice. Hello to Mike. Very pleased that for once the basses take the lead entry in 5 movements. Do you know what, Mike? I was thinking about exactly that. The Mozart Requiem is bass-led, and I like that. It's not often that the basses get to come charging out the gate first, but we do. And well spotted, absolutely. Splendid. So, just seeing if there's anyone else who's come along recently. Judith says she missed the Welsh male voice sign-up, and she's growing a moustache. Oh, marvellous. I know I said it already on Twitter. That if you're a lady tenor, you want to come along and sing with the Welsh male voice choir, I really don't think anybody is going to complain. It's not like Life of Brian. Are there any women here? No. No. You're very, very welcome. Okay, everyone is very welcome. Hello to Marion, lady tenor listening in for extra practice. It's great to have you here. Oh, splendid. And Graham says, now this is a really good point. He said your male voice choir very occasionally grapples with a bit of Welsh, and there is nothing to beat it for soul. You're absolutely right. And our dear friend, Dr. Glyn Jones, who you'll all know from Messiah, he's a good friend of mine, and he has been insisting on teaching me some Welsh. And he says, and he's right, he says it's the language of heaven. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous language to really get your chops around, folks. So if you've never sung in Welsh, why not? Learn a couple of songs in Welsh. There's some great tunes out there. My current favourite is there's so many lovely songs, but I love Sospen Fach. Sospen Fach. Oh, it's a great, great song. Bubbling on the fire. Really catchy tune. So yeah, do give it a go if you've never done it before. Hello to Nick. Really looking forward to this. So it's great to have you here, Nick. Some good music tonight. Hello to Gary as well. Hello to Colin from Cumbria. Yes, I do hope everybody is. I do hope everyone's staying safe, and I know we've got lots of flood warnings. So get the sandbags out, folks, and we'll have a good old sing tonight. I'm just going to make sure this is not going to disturb me in the middle of rehearsal. That's all good. Splendid stuff. Of course, I hope you've all seen the email from Mark. I know it's quite rare for Mark to send an email, so he sent an email today just with an update to the Mozart schedule for not next week, but the final week of the course. And apologies just for the change, but I thought it was really important that we got a chance to sing all the way through this magnificent requiem. And I thought, why not take the opportunity, since we have the full week, to give you a sort of personalised, conducted version of the choir. So on Monday, I'll conduct the full performance, but only the sopranos. So if you're a soprano, you'll get a special and sing here, and I'll ignore all the other parts and just bring the sopranos in. And similarly on Tuesday for the altos, Wednesday for the tenors, and Thursday for the basses in the last week of the course. And then the final week, night, I should say, I'll conduct everybody all together. And I can't think of another time when I've had that opportunity to just lead one section in a major choral work. And you couldn't do it in real life unless you had 4 conductors all standing right in front of the choir. I can't see how it would work. So it's a very special thing that we can only do here. Oh, Mark has just said, Oh, well, I've jumped the gun slightly, Mark. Sorry. Oh, well, there's an email coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Mark's going to send an email, and you've heard it here first. Shh. Sorry, Mark. Communication issue. Oh, well, hello to Mr. Janty. So happy to be here. I'm so happy to have you here. Splendid. Ah, yeah. Everyone's laughing now. Thing is, Mark, I just think you're always drafting emails, and so I'm glad it's on the way. Right, we've got less than a minute to go, folks, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. The music for tonight, I know I've been hyping it up, but I still think I'm underselling it. This is some of the best choral music ever written. And the Confutatis, you're going to have so much fun. If you've never sung this before, I envy you, because you get to learn this amazing piece tonight. Such fun. Now, I'm going to make sure my phone is on silent, so it's not going to disturb our rehearsal. I'm going to make sure I've got my drinks handy. Please make sure you have all your refreshments handy as well. And just to say, I see lots of people say hello to Simon as well. Hello to Marion and Robert. Great stuff. Okay, folks. Well, look, please do continue to chat as the rehearsal proceeds. It is a huge part of what makes the Self-Isolation Choir very special. But I'm going to bid your comments adieu, and we're going to go to full screen. So please help me out, please, folks. You know what to do as we go. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Marvellous. Thanks very much indeed, folks, and a very, very good evening to all of you. Thank you for joining me tonight at the bass rehearsal for the Mozart Requiem. And we've got 3 movements to look at tonight. The Confutatis, which in our free score is on page 36. The movement that follows, Lacrimosa, is number 7. This is page 41. And then Domine Jesu, which is page 44. Obviously, if you're using a paper score, your page numbers will be different, but it is those 3 movements, one after the other. A quick note, just as we've gone throughout this week, it appears that there are some slight differences, some editorial differences between the various paper scores and our free score. If there is any clash at all, please defer to the PDF, the free score that we've sent you, as that's the one that we're asking everybody to sing to, all from the same hymn sheet, as it were. And yes, please do look out for an email from Mark, because there's a subtle change to the end of the last week, but I won't tell you because I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise. So other than that, I think we should get started. Basis, lots of notes to learn tonight. And so if I could invite you, those who are happy to, who haven't already stood up, if I could get you on your feet, please, everyone. Thank you. And for those of you who aren't up for standing today for whatever reason, that's absolutely fine, of course. But if you could sit up nice and straight for me with a nice straight back and a long neck. Thank you, everybody. And if we could start to just take some nice deep breaths in and out, just in our own time. Deep breaths. Use this as your opportunity to get rid of the day if you've been busy, and just take an opportunity to get rid of whatever you've been doing today. And if you haven't done much today yet, well, then just breathe in the nice feeling of singing with friends and looking forward to learning a great piece of music, and just get rid of anything you don't need to think about for the next hour. So let's breathe together now, shall we? Nice deep breath in and breathe out. Splendid. And again, please breathe in and breathe out. One more nice deep breath and sigh for me, everybody. Splendid stuff. It's Friday. That was definitely a Friday sigh, wasn't it? Okay, so as we start to relax a little bit more, please continue to breathe deeply in and out, and just start, as we always do, to just roll those shoulders around. And I can see we have a few more people joining us. Hello to everyone. Lovely to see you. Errant sopranos, altos, tenors, you are all very welcome. Okay, so once you've rolled your shoulders in one direction, as always, please roll them back the other way. Thank you. And then bring them up to your ears. Take a deep breath, and as you breathe out, relax and let your shoulders fall. Here we go. Splendid. Thanks very much indeed, basses. Now, before we loosen our neck muscles, let's just do a quick revision of that breathing technique that we looked at last week for the Tubal Mirum. Do you remember? Where we breathe all the air out, you keep your mouth nice and tall, you relax your abdomen. That's the key point. Do you remember? You have to relax those abdominal muscles, and your belly kind of falls forward, a bit like putting your car into neutral, chunk, and then you breathe. Do you remember? So let's give this a go, okay? So can you open your mouth, breathe out all the way, hold your lungs empty, okay? Pull your tummy in, relax your abdomen, and then breathe. Splendid. Let's try it again. Get rid of all your air, pull your stomach muscles in like you're doing an ab crunch, get rid of all your air, hold your lungs empty, relax your abdomen, and then breathe. Splendid. Thank you, basses. And breathe normally for me for a little bit, and we'll just roll our heads around. It's a good technique, that. Worth practicing. Splendid. And once you've rolled your head around a little bit, just loosen yourself up. Shift your weight left and right so you're feeling good and sturdy, and we'll do a bit of humming. Now, basses, we've got a wide range of notes tonight. We have to exist somewhere down at the bottom of the abyss, as it were. We've got lots of bottom G's and bottom F's to sing, but we also have to be singing towards the top of our register with some D's and some E flats. So let's start off with, first of all, let's warm up the bass notes. And we're going to start here at the A below middle C, and this is this technique which I've been teaching all the way through self-isolation choir to help basses develop those bottom notes. Okay, so this one you start on the A, and this works with altos and sopranos as well if you want to start the octave above. What you do is you sing the scale down to the sound of bzz, so you sing bzz, and when you get down to that lower octave, you then open, without stopping the sound, you open to an R. So you sing from the beginning, it's okay, and you really allow the sound to resonate in your chest. Let's try it. So actually just go down to A flat there, and and from here, and F sharp, here we go. And one more from F, and lovely. You'll need that bottom F for tonight, basses. If it's still a little low, practice that. Okay, if you practice every morning with a little bit of bizarring, you'll find that your voice gets nice and low. And those of you who are second basses and have signed up, of course, for the Russian week and the summer school and everything else, we're going to need your bottom B flat. So do please work on that for me. Thank you, everyone. Now let's warm up a little bit in the upper register. So let's start off with just a nice with me. And again, and ooh, and again, ooh, and 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 again, and one more, splendid. Splendid. Thank you very much indeed. I'm glad everyone likes the exercise. Thanks, Gary. It's a great contribution there. Splendid. So let's make a start, please, Basses. Let's have a look at Confutatis, please. And I'm really excited to teach you this. It's so much fun. So again, if you've seen the movie Amadeus, this piece is the piece that Mozart composed in bed whilst Salieri's sat at the foot of the bed transcribing, and he was making it up as he went. Now, obviously, that scene was complete fabrication, but the way it's put together, it's well worth watching just as you're learning this piece to just get an insight into the genius of Mozart. So there are 3 key ingredients, 4 in the full orchestrated version, but here we have the ostinato. The ostinato is the pattern that repeats. That's what ostinato means, a repeating pattern. And we have this churn at the bottom played by the organ. Okay, this fire underneath, because confutatis maledictis flammis acribus addictis, when the doomed are consigned to the flames. All right, so we are basically, basses and tenors, we are being consigned to the flames and singing about it as we go. Okay, any sopranos and altos in the comments? No comments about that. Thank you. So basses, we start off after 1 beat, we get this. And we sing after 1, it's 1, confutatis, and then we sing maledictis, and then flammis acribus addictis, then maledictis flammis acribus addictis. Okay, absolutely amazing writing. Let's look at each of those phrases together. So first of all, the first sound is definitely a k. Okay, and he's confutatis. Okay, really crisp vowel sounds and a bit of attack, please, on the k. So the notes are 1, confutatis. Let's sing that together. Ready? And 1, confutatis. Excellent. We could put the S on the first beat of the next bar. You then get a breath and it's 1, maledictis. Okay, and you can really go for this. So after 1 and 1, maledictis. Fantastic. Just be careful of the leap from the E to the D. Now, I'm not singing at full pelt because I don't want to overload the mic, but I might move it away. And we'll have a slightly quieter spoken voice, but a louder sing. So the first 2 phrases, and 1, confutatis, maledictis. There we go. Move the mic back. And then the flames here, basses. How top E, and it's 1, flammis acribus addictis. Okay, now I know that's a high note. I know it's a top E, but you have the fl, as it were, to help you get up there. So take a deep breath, use the f and the l sound to get you up to the top of that note. Flammis acribus addictis. Let's sing that together after 1, 3, 4, 1. Flammis acribus addictis. Very, very nice indeed. And our final phrase is up the octave here. And so listen to it. 2, 3. Maledictis flammis acribus addictis. Okay, listen to it again from maledictis. 2, 3. Let's sing that together. Maledictis. 2, 3. Maledictis flammis acribus addictis. Excellent. Well done, basses. From the start. Ready? After 1, 3, 4, 1. Confutatis, maledictis, flammis acribus addictis, maledictis flammis acribus addictis. Well done, basses. Very nice. Have a quick sip of drink. Okay, we've just set ourselves on fire vocally, so let's soothe the flames a little bit. And now, after that, the sopranos and altos sing this beautiful Vocam me, call me among the blessed. And they take us to C major. What a lovely place to leave us. Well, basses, we come barreling in and change the harmony straight away to C minor. Just before B, our line is to 3. Confutatis and maledictis. Okay, so listen to those again after 3, 2, 3. Confutatis and maledictis. Okay, let's sing those together. Confutatis just before B, 2, 3. Confutatis maledictis. Very, very good. Well done. And now this bit, well, this is one of the best bits of bass writing, I think, ever. Flammis acribus addictis confutatis maledictis maledictis flammis acribus addictis. So lots and lots of galloping here, basses. Okay, so listen to this. Flammis acribus. I'm going to play it for you. 2, 3. Okay, really fantastic line. So we have a bit of a sequence to start. A sequence is just when you get a bit of a pattern in music which can repeat, usually at a higher or lower pitch. And so this is a bit of a sequence. So let's look at that. Flammis acribus addictis confutatis maledictis. So this is 2 after B, starting on the B, and it goes like this. 2, 3. Flammis acribus addictis confutatis maledictis. Let's sing that together. Nice big breath. 2, 3. Flammis acribus addictis confutatis maledictis. Excellent. Well done. And then from there we carry on up the third here and we sing 2, 3. Maledictis flammis acribus addictis. Just that last bit there, please. This is the C sharp, 2 and a bit before C. After 3, 2, 3. Maledictis flammis acribus addictis. Excellent. Thank you, basses. So let's go back to just before B. Okay, nice and strong on confutatis. Ready? Just before B, 2, 3. Confutatis maledictis flammis acribus addictis confutatis maledictis maledictis flammis acribus addictis. Fantastic. Well done, basses. Now, what you might have noticed is there really isn't anywhere to grab a breath in that section 2 after B. So please, what I would suggest you do, first of all, try, when you're recording, try not to breathe at the same time as the Fieri soloist at that bit, okay? Because ideally, if you were a full bass section all in the same room, I would say stagger the breathing so we don't hear the gap. So can I ask you, when you're recording this, if you need to take a breath, and frankly you will need to, please take out a full crotchet beat, a full beat. So you could sing Flammis acribus addictis maledictis yeah, if you needed to, a full beat. Okay, try not to breathe at an obvious time, and our engineers will work the magic and no one will hear any gaps there. I would just like to do that one more time, just that last bit, because it's so important. In fact, let's go from B one more time. Confutatis. Okay, basses, lots of attack here. Oh, and just one more thing. As we approach the end of that, you could probably tell the music starts to ease off a little bit. So as we come to the end of that long Flammis acribus addictis, just the last 2 notes, maybe just pull back a little bit. All right, we'll get the sense of it as we go. So just before B, confutatis. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Confutatis and maledictis. Flammis acribus addictis confutatis maledictis maledictis flammis acribus addictis. Brilliant. Well done, basses. Excellent. So now we just have one more section of this wonderful movement to learn. We've certainly had a lot of fire so far, and at this point the text then changes to a much more suppliant and sort of a begging for forgiveness sort of mode, oros supplex et acclinis. And so because the tone is much more reverent, the music seems to bow, and so as we proceed the music just gets lower and lower and lower as everybody bows. And so we lead that here, basses. We're in at D, and so we sing 3, 4. Oros do supplex et acclinis. Okay, so it is just very simply E flat to A flat, from the dominant to the tonic. Let's sing that together from D. 2, 3, 4. O do supplex et acclinis. Excellent. And then, because this is a sequence, we then sing a semitone lower than the note at D, and otherwise it's the same pattern. We sing cor contritum quasi cinis. Okay, let's sing that together, please. From E, 2, 3, 4. Cor contritum quasi cinis. Excellent. Can I ask you to be really precise about the low G? When you place it, we need the S to be in exactly the right place. So it's nis. The S is on the second beat, so it's not a very long note. And just make sure it's nice and rich there. It might help to tuck the chin in when you go nis to get the resonance in your chest. And then there's just one more of these, but again, it's this sequence. So we come in at F, and it's a semitone lower than the note at E. Okay, so we sing Jere coram mei finis. Okay, so we have the C sharp, which then descends to the C natural, and then the F. Now please be really careful when you get down to the F. No swooping, no sliding down to that note. Just beautifully place down there and tuck the chin in. Let's sing together from Jere Kuram from F. Alright, ready? 3, 4. Jere Kuram mei finis. Thanks very much indeed, basses. Well done. Let's sing the whole movement from the start. So I'm going to have a quick sip of drink before we jump into the flames, and would suggest you do the same. Okay. So a few people are saying it's a fantastic line, but it's high. Yes, it is. I mean, that I think is the point. Mozart's using the basses in this upper register because we are the voices, everyone, of tortured souls. No comments required at that point. All right, so it's high and it's loud. You know, take what I would suggest, actually, what I'd say to basses in general, the higher the note, the more you need to open your mouth. Okay, basses make particularly big sounds at high pitches. You might have noticed if your mouth is closed, you're going to end up building up pressure in your throat, everyone, and you're going to end up tiring your voice. Drop the jaw. Okay, let all the sound out, and you'll be able to sing for longer, and you'll find the high notes generally are a bit easier. See how we go. All right, so there's your note there. Basses, any tenors here. I know we've got at least 3 or 4, so there's your note. You're coming in a couple of beats after the basses. Let's have some fun. Here's Confutatis, everyone. Nice deep breath, and
Confutatis maledictis flammis Lacrimosa dictis maledictis flammis Lacrimosa dictis.
And then the ladies sing. Are we ready, basses? 1, 2, 3.
Confutatis maledictis flammis Lacrimosa dictis. Confutatis maledictis flammis Lacrimosa dictis.
Fabulous. If you can roll your R's on acribus basses, that would be great. Okay, basses. Now we're in a bar's time. Now this entry is a bit tricky. You'll need to practice this as we come in. O nos up there and think down the semitone there.
Or contritum quasi Cili.
Okay, think of that note again, semitone.
Cele curam curam mei filis.
Fantastic. I love that last chord. I can't tell you how much I love that last chord. It's Mozart being really, really cheeky. Because you think, oh, thank goodness, we're in F major, this lovely home key, which is the relative major key. The Requiem is in D minor, folks, and all minor keys have a major key that it's related to, and it's F major. And you think, oh, that's such a nice place to finish. Oh, thank goodness, no more minor singing. Oh, no, something's up. And something is very much up, everyone. It's time for the Lacrimosa. So if you could have a look at that for me, please, page 41. This is the movement that just... It's like the wound in the middle of the Requiem, unfinished. Mozart only managed 8 bars, and his student Susmer carried on for him. And as I've said to everyone this week, there are plenty of music scholars who sit in their ivory towers and cast judgment on poor old Susmer and say, oh, he was inferior. I defy anybody to do a better job. I think it's beautifully finished, and if he hadn't done it, we wouldn't have the Requiem. So I hope you enjoy this. It's gorgeous. So Lacrimosa, this is the part of the text which deals with tears of grief and weeping, and then asking God and Jesus to grant them rest and to grant everybody peace. And so the end of this is incredibly moving. So we start off with this almost unbearably beautiful introduction with all of these semitones. You know, the orchestra, the organ is crying before the choir even start. And our line basis from bar 3 is Lacrimosa diesila. Now, the reason I was clicking there is we need to feel the pulse as we're going. This is in 12/8, and so your long note is 5 short pulses. It's Lacrimosa diesila. Okay, let's just sing that together, please, basses. And Lacrimosa diesila. Great, thank you. We now sing short, separate notes. We sing qua, re, sol, jet, ex, fa, vi, la. Okay, and everything up until this point is piano. Everything is quiet, so almost under the breath. Okay, listen to those notes individually. Okay, so let's sing those together. And just notice before we do, you've got rests after each note, so they are short. It's qua, re. All right, let's sing it together. After 3, or 1, 2, 3. Qua, re, sol, jet, ex, fa, vi, la. Very, very good indeed. Now we come to the last 2 bars Mozart ever wrote, as far as we know. Here we crescendo through this line. We go from short notes to long notes and then a long phrase, okay, much more expansive sound. And so we sing, Judicandus honoreus. Goodness me, the guilty man will be judged. Amazing. So listen to those notes again. Okay, note the very last note is very short, and just be careful as you're coming down the scale from was it Candus, Homo, Reus. That's a chromatic line. Coming down chromatically from the top of the bass register is tricky, so smile with your eyes as you're coming down the scale there, gents, and that will make that nice and in tune. Okay, Iudicandus. Here we go, and Iudicandus Homo Reus. Excellent. It is a short us at the end. Thank you very much indeed, everyone. And so now let's move on. We move into susmer territory here. We instantly drop down in dynamic. It's marked sotto voce, almost under the breath. And so I want this sort of sound. Lacrimosa diesila. Okay, that A is coming through all the time, okay, like a tolling bell. So we always return to it in these two bars. Sing that with me, please, basses, from G. Ready? After 4, 3 and 4, and Lacrimosa diesila. Great. It's worth practicing that if you've never sung it before, because the intervals can be a bit tricky there, but it's good practice for you to be able to sing those intervals at that pitch. We're now at qua resurget, and you'll see this is 4 before H. Suddenly we are forte. Can you make sure you've got that circle basses, and we've got a whole load of octaves. Very much the bass is bread and butter here. Have a listen to this. Qua resurget. So it goes. Qua resurget ex favela iudicandus homo reus. Okay, now if I were to present that pretty much to any other voice part, there would be quite a lot of complaints in the comments, but as I say, basses, we sing octaves all the time. Having said that, this is a tricky line, particularly that last bit, the Homo Reus. We've got the C sharp. Jumping from the low C sharp to the high D is particularly tricky, and that's the one bit that I'm pretty much 100% certain Mozart would never have written that, but Susme did, so we're going to sing it. Just make sure that you spend a bit of time practicing that line. Let's sing it together, and in fact what we'll do is we'll sing it at double speed to make it a bit easier to get through. So we'll sing qua res, or that sort of speed. Ready with me? Deep breath, and qua resurget ex favela iudicandus homo reus. Okay, I'm not going to sing it at full pelt because, as I said, I'll distort the sound, but you can. That Reus is a big moment. Okay, so crescendo through and enjoy that top D. Let's sing it together, still at that faster tempo from Qua Resurget 4 before H. If anyone else wants to sing along as well, there are your notes. Nice deep breath basses, and Qua Resurget ex favela iudicandus homo reus. Very good indeed. Thank you, basses. Obviously, we'll sing that along with the choir in a moment at the proper tempo, but we need to press on because we carry straight on at H, okay, which is an octave up from that D, and you don't have a lot of time to take a breath. In fact, my score shows the basses singing a full-length dotted crotchet just before H. I'm going to make an executive decision here. Please scribble out the dot at the end of Reus just before H, if there is one, and give yourself a single crotchet, no, not a crotchet, even a quaver breath. You're welcome, basses. That's just from me. So we come straight in at H after that huge breath that you've grabbed in that tiny half beat, and we sing Huic ergo pace Deus. Now, I've always sung this in head voice basses. If you're a first bass, if you're a baritone, it should be alright to float that Huic ergo pace Deus. And I would suggest to all the second basses, I don't mean falsetto, I don't want a harsh countertenor sound, I just want a very light. It's the voice you use when singing a lullaby to a baby. It's that ooh. ergo pace Deus. Very gentle sort of sound basses, and a bit of practice just on that high pitch will make you, I think, appreciate this line a little bit more. Please don't try and sing it at full voice. Okay, so let's just go through those notes. Huic ergo from H. It is Huic ergo pace Deus. Great. And then Pie Jesu. Now, before we finish the phrase, if you are singing in head voice, I would change back down to your bass voice at Jesu, but just be careful it doesn't suddenly go Pie Jesu. Just practice the move from head to chest voice at that point. That's a good place to do it. All right. So just the Pie Jesu, Jesu Domine. Last two bars of this or so is Pie Jesu, Jesu Domine. Okay, he really is expecting a lot from the basses there, from a top D to a bottom F in the space of 2 bars. Thanks, Susmer. Okay, so let's go from Huic ergo at letter H. Ready, basses, and Huic ergo pace Deus, Pie Jesu, Jesu Domine. Well done. Okay, fab. We've arrived at letter I, and Susme gives us that nice little interlude in F major. Think, oh well, lulling us into a full sense of security. Are we heading to a nice place? No, we're back to D minor at I, and here we sing the same music as at the start, just with different words. Dona Deis Requiem. Notice it doesn't drop down at the end there. So sing with me, Dona Eis and Dona Deis Requiem. Stays there, doesn't drop down. Please circle that if you went down there. Fabulous. And we are now at 3 after I, and we lead the way here, basses. And so again, we'll do this at a faster tempo. So it is Dona Deis, Dona Deis Requiem. Okay, let me play those pitches one after the other from Dona Eis. Okay, let's sing those first of all. Just the first Dona Eis, nice and big, and Dona Deis. Excellent. The next one goes Dona Deis. Sing with me, and Dona Deis. Great. We then drop down a fifth. Requiem. Okay, the last Requiem, and Requiem. And then we sing Amen. So the last Amen with me, please, basses. There's your note. Anyone else who wants to sing this amazing last pair of chords? Here we go. Deep breath, and Amen. And a N on the end for me, please. Okay, let's sing this one all the way through. And do enjoy yourselves, basses. This is just glorious. Okay, here's the Lacrimosa. Ready? Deep breath. And Lacrimosa, Okay, nice deep breath. Here we go. And deep breath. Huge breath. And bravo. Well done. Thanks, chaps. Excellent job. Now, please do have a sip of drink. Oh, goodness me. Never fails to stir the soul, doesn't it? What absolutely beautiful music. Okay, folks, well, we've got one more to learn. And this one, well, there's a lot of notes in it. But basses, well, we'll see what you think. But I think basses have the simplest time of all. Any sopranos, altos, tenors here will now be howling. That's not fair. But I think you're going to like this movement basses. Lots to enjoy. We start on page 44, if you can find that for me. Domine Jesu. You notice we go straight in. Okay, we finished on that D major chord, and we go straight in G minor here. Okay, and so we sing at the start. Notice the first two bars is piano. We sing Domine Jesu Christe. Sing that for me. 3, 4. Domine Jesu Christe. Okay, nice and quiet, and then we follow that with a bright shout of glorious, majestic King. We sing Rex Gloriae, Rex Gloriae. Listen to that. 3, 4. Glorious King. So nice and bright and Handelian. 3, 4. Rex Gloriae, Rex Gloriae. Excellent. We're then straight in. Libera animas omnium fidelium defunctorum. Okay, so this is quiet at this point. So suddenly piano, and we sing from Libera, and I'm going to give you from there to letter K. All right, everybody? After 4, 3, 4. Libera animas omnium fidelium defunctorum. Okay, and as you're descending the scale at the end, make it a nice dark sound, maybe even frowning towards the end. Okay, so listen to that again just on the piano. 3 before K. 3, 4. Okay, let's sing that together. Libera animas, 3 before K. Nice and quiet, please. 3, 4. Libera animas omnium fidelium defunctorum. Excellent. Well done. Thank you. And now we De Pernis Inferni, the deep inferno here. And so we're down at the bottom here. And so we get... And so we're the fiery pit basses, and we sing after 1. This is the bar after K. 3, 4, 1. De Pernis Inferni. Listen to it again. 3, 4, 1. De Pernis Inferni. All piano. Sing for me. 3, 4, 1. De Pernis Inferni. Excellent. And then the sopranos. And then we sequentially answer De Pernis Inferni. Okay, same as we sang before, just a tone higher, please. Oh, almost ready. After 1, 3, 4, 1. De Pernis Inferni. Great stuff. Well done. Now, here we talk et de profundo lacu. Yeah, there's your deep pitch. There's your abyss. So et de profundo lacu. Sing for me, please. Et de profundo. This is before L. 1, 2, 3 and a half before L. After 2, 1, 2. Et de profundo lacu. Excellent. Well done. Now we're at letter L. Libera eas de ore leonis, free us, liberate us from the mouth of the lion, de ore leonis. And so we have the, I love this bit of word setting here, sopranos. Libera, we sing, libera eas, free us. It's quite happy, quite nice music. And then, de ore leonis, the mouth of the lion. Suddenly is a bit of a sort of one of those moments. So let's have that lovely contrast when we sing it. So let's go through those notes. The sopranos from L sing us libera, we come in on the F. So the sopranos go li, and we sing libera eas de ore leonis. Short note at the end. Let's sing that together, basses. So from L, sopranos go, and we go libera eas, nice and loud, de ore leonis. Excellent. And then sequentially the sopranos sing in, and we come in libera eas de ore leonis. Okay, same thing as before, just at a higher pitch. So from your second libera, so this is in the third bar before M. Sopranos coming at the start of the bar, and we're there. So sopranos go, and we sing libera eas de ore leonis. Fabulous. Thank you, basses. It's a great moment. Enjoy it. Particularly that second one. Nice and strong. Okay? Then the tenors start this amazing fugue. Ne absorbia teas tartarus ne cadant in obscurum. All about being thrown into the pit. And then the altos come in. Then the sopranos. And you've noticed so far, the basses have been brilliant, yeah? We've sung every single note that's been required of us from M perfectly. We're now at N, and we get just a little burst of this little fugue here, just a tiny burst. And this is the bit that all the sopranos and altos and tenors are going, that's not fair, we've had so much to do here. One of the perks of being a bass at this point, okay? So N we sing, and 1. Ne absorbia teas tartarus ne cadant in obscurum. Okay, I'll play that again. After 1, 3, 4, 1. Ne absorbea teas tartarus ne cadant in obscurum. That's such a good bass line, okay? Nice and strong after 1, 3, 4, 1. Ne absorbea teas tartarus ne cadant in obscurum. And you see the frowning at the end whenever you go down low. Helps the resonance in the chest. So, in obscurum. Make that particularly strong for me, basses. Thank you. And then a wonderful bit where Mozart gives just a little burst to each voice. So sopranos, altos, tenors, and we sing ne cadant in obscurum. Okay, so it was. Okay, so that let's go from that bit. That's the third bar after N, and it's the last quaver in the bar, ne cadant. Okay, so we're going to come in. That's the third bar after N after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ne cadant in obscurum. Excellent, well done, basses. Very, very good indeed. Have a quick sip of drink. How's everybody doing? Now, Joe's just pointed out in the comments, this is still Mozart, okay? I know that Susmer finished the Lacrimosa, but the Domine Jesu and the Hostias are both by Mozart. He didn't finish all the orchestration, but he did write the chorus part, so we are back in Mozart territory. Next week, we've got the Sanctus, the Benedictus, the Agnus Dei, which were 100% Susmer, but then at the very end, Mozart's music comes back. So it wasn't as if Mozart sort of stopped in the Lacrimosa and then the rest was sort of left hanging. He had completed bits, including this, which is why it's just so fabulous. So now we start a solo bit. And most of the time when you sing Mozart Requiem, you don't get to sing this, but this is self-isolation choir, so you can sing everything. So the soprano comes in again with this lovely solo. Sanctus, then the alto, significa sanctus. Then the tenors, sed significa sanctus me. And then basses. Last but not least, we come in at the bottom of page 47. That's in the free score, and we sing, sed significa sanctus Michael, represente teos in lucem sanctam. Okay, and that's the full extent of the bass solo, so listen to it again from sed significa. Blink and you'll miss it. 1, 2. Sed significa sanctus Michael, represente teos in lucem sanctam. Okay, let's sing that together one more time. Sed significa, please. And notice this bit, even though we're singing this all together and we're treating it chorally, this bit, just like with the Recordare and the 2-bar Mirum, just this, 6 bars, 7 bars, treat it as if it's a solo part. Okay, so you don't need to worry so much about blending with your fellow basses as just having fun and singing with the other members of the quartet. So, sed sig, that's, have some fun. So let's sing together from sed. 1, 2. Sed significa sanctus Michael, represente teos in lucem sanctam. Excellent. And now we've arrived at one of my favourite bits of the basses, full stop. We get to lead the charge on this wonderful fugue. Quam olim Abrahe promisisti et semini eos, and so on. Okay, we've got 3.5 pages to go, basses, and this is great fun. So we sing from O, and it's good and strong here. 3, 4, 1. Quam olim Abrahe promisisti et semini eos. Quam olim Abrahe promisisti. Okay, and as always, there's a lot to take in there, but if we break it up into manageable chunks, it's fine. The first bar is Quam olim Abrahe. Sing for me. 3, 4, 1. Quam olim Abrahe. Excellent. We then jump up to the C, and it's promisisti. The important syllable there, by the way, is the third one. Promisisti. Okay, so sing that for me. 3, 4, 1. Promisisti. Excellent. You can tell it's important because that's the note that Mozart's decided to give us a clash on. Okay, we then carry on. Et semini eos. That's a bit tricky. Listen to it. Sing for me after 1, 3, 4, 1. Et semini eos. Excellent. Now here we have to go up to a C again. It's the note we were singing on that promisisti. So if you're finding it tricky to get the next note on Quam olim Abrahe, maybe circle the note on promisisti, draw an arrow to Quam to just load it into your memory as you go past, and it makes it easier to get back to it. Anyway, so Quam olim Abrahe, 4 after O goes Quam olim Abrahe promisisti. Okay, listen to it again. 4 after O, 4, 1. Okay, let's sing that together. So after 1, this is 4 after O, 3, 4, 1. Quam olim Abrahe promisisti. Excellent. Good and insistent there. Let's sing from the beginning of the fugue, please, basses, from O. 3, 4, 1. Quam olim Abrahe promisisti et semini eos. Quam olim Abrahe promisisti. Great, thank you, basses. Well done. We're now at letter P, and we've got a few bars off. The rest of the choir is really engaging with that lovely bit of fugue, and we just pop our heads around the corner just before Q and just add a little et semini eos. Listen to it. All right, let's sing that 3 times in a row. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Et semini e, and again. Et semini e. One more time. Et semini eos. Okay, just practice that. The intervals are a little bit tricky, and it's so important to nail that. We then carry on, a couple of bars with the tenors and sopranos and altos. We're at letter Q, and we come in again sequentially. Et semini eos. It's the same shape we just sang, just a tone higher. So sing for me. 3, 4, 1. Et semini eos. Excellent. Well, we don't get any time to rest on our laurels because we now start another bit of octave work, that work of the basses. So this is 3 after Q, and this is a big moment, so I'm going to move the microphone away. We sing 3, 4, 1. Quam molimable promisisti, promisisti. Okay, listen to that again just on the piano. For after 1, 3, 4, 1. Okay, we've got 3 phrases there. The first one is definitely big and loud. Don't shout it, but I do want it to be good and strong. So it's after 1, deep breath, 3, 4, 1. Quam molimable. Thank you. I'm going to move the microphone back a little bit now. The second phrase is promisisti. After 1, 3, 4, 1. Promisisti. Excellent. And then the last phrase just brings it home. Promisisti. Sing for me. This bar for R. 3, 4, 1. Promisisti. Excellent basses. Well done. Let's just run into that, please. Let's go from the bar after Q. Okay, bar after Q, after 1, 3, 4, 1. Et semini eos, quam molimable, promisisti, promisisti. Okay, now, those of you that sang with me on the Elijah course and on Messiah will remember the term pedal point, okay? And what we have here, and this will be another moment that the rest of the choir gnash their teeth basses, we just stay on the D, and everyone else moves around. So from R, it's 1, 2, 3. Quam molimable, promisisti, quam molimable, promisisti. That's the first time we move in however many bars, okay? We're the foundations of the music at this point, so make it good and firm. So from R, sing with me. 1, 2, 3. Quam molimable, promisisti, quam molimable, promisisti. Excellent. And then just the last little bit is et semini eos with me, and et semini eos. Excellent. Well done. We've got about a page to go. We can sing the whole thing. So from S, we sing after 2. 1, 2. Et semini, semini eos. For the most part, that's okay, but it's got that tritone in it again. We should be used to that by now. We've sung all sorts of tritones this year, but it might still take a bit of practice. Let's just sing it together from S. It starts there on the E flat after 2. 1, 2. Et semini, semini eos. Okay, and then just the most fantastic way to finish basses. We jump straight up the octave, and from T we sing quam molimable, promisisti, quam molimable, promisisti, promisisti. And I know that sounds complicated, but it's a sequence again, and it's so much fun to sing. Let's listen to the notes from T. 3, 4, 1. Remember the first time I heard that, I thought, how are we going to sing that? That's almost impossible. But it is actually really very singable, particularly if you take a deep breath, and it's so enjoyable once you get your head around it. All right, let's sing it together from T. Nice deep breath. 3, 4, 1. Quam molimable, promisisti, quam molimable, promisisti, promisisti. Nice. Just the last phrase now, basses, and this is so good. Et semini, semini eos. Listen to that just on the piano. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. All right, let's sing together. Et semini. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Et semini, semini eos. And if it could please have an ooh at at the end, a nice long sound. That will be marvellous. Right, basses, let's have a go at this. Now, the good news about the fugue, other than the fact that it's so much fun and really, really enjoyable, is that in next week's course, next week's sessions, we're learning the Hostias, which is the next movement, which is a short little movement followed by this fugue that we've just learnt. So you've done double duty this week. Well done. Now we're going to sing it all the way through, and then that's it for this week, everybody. A great week. Really, really well done. Some tough music, but absolutely gorgeous. Next week, we're going to be learning the last movements. So everything from the Hostias to the end. You might think, gosh, that's a lot to get through, but trust me, we're going to get through it. And then the last week, there'll be an email. Look out for that, explaining what's happening in the last week. So here are your notes. Basses there, tenors, altos, and sopranos. All right, I'm going to sing and play with the basses. We'll sing all of it, of course, on Monday. So everyone, have some fun. Here we go. Nice deep breath. And...
Domine Jesu Christe, lex gloria, lex gloria, libera animas omnium fidelium te futurum.
And one. And one. Letter L and. Now the mouth of the lion. Letter M. Well done so far, basses. You're spot on. Sopranos. Deep breath and one. Well done. And the altos. Tenore. Ready? And.
Sed signife sanctus Michael representante as in lucem sancta.
Have fun.
Olim Abraham, promis isti, et semini eos. Olim Abraham, promis isti, promis isti.
It's a P. The 1, 2, 3.
Et semini eos.
Good. Letter Q. Deep breath and.
Et semini eos.
And.
Quam olim Abraham, promis isti, promis isti.
Now pedal note.
Quam olim Abraham, promis isti, quam olim Abraham, promis isti. Et semini eos.
And.
Et semini eos. Quam olim Abraham, promis isti, quam olim Abraham, promis isti, promis isti.
Deep breath.
Et semini, semini eos.
Marvellous. Thank you so much, basses, for your hard work tonight. And what a great way to finish the week. Honestly, I'm having such a lot of fun teaching you this wonderful Requiem, and there is more to come. It's all so glorious. So look, I hope you have a great weekend. Well done for your hard work this week. If you've got any time over the weekend to maybe listen to a recording of this, do you know what? When you are busying yourself around your life and find yourself listening to Requiem and singing along, then you know it's going in. So I'd encourage you, whatever you got, if you've got to mow the lawn this weekend or do something around the house, pop your headphones in, listen to that fugue, and just let it settle into your mind, because once it clicks, honestly, you never forget it. I learnt this for the first time when I was 17, and I'm honest, I put the recording on earlier on, and I sang all three movements. I didn't need to look at the score. It's all in there, as I know it is for many of you as well. So enjoy it, everyone. It's such a lovely piece. I'll see you on Monday for the full choir sing through. Marcus says that the email that I may have let out the bag a little early has gone during the rehearsal. So do look out for that. That last week of the course is going to be very special. And then, of course, we'll be recording. So thanks so much, everyone. Have a great weekend. Do take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye, folks.